it, and you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, this will be a tough game, but, and there's a big but, Wildcard did not have...
For the mayor, there'll be a cross now, unlikely to be held by anybody else. Kino, though, very quickly making up for lost time, finds a second. Bay and Baby Shark both taken out, and a third lies at the feet of Kino as he tries to keep them...
For the team. Now, job is not done, but he is still devastatingly scary. He gets into a plant position here and can start to put it on the ground with the shield on his back.
Spiker likes to frag from his position, and he has found 2 kills so far. DZ will find their IGL on the board too. Fultz eliminating Kansan into a 2v2. We will go. 30 seconds remaining as Kino held that defuse kit, barging his way like the Kool-Aid man into reading. And it's read very effectively by Adrian. As you see the Roni and the Commando, both in the hands of these defenders. It's the super shorty for Spiker that ultimately fails him. Adrian will need to save the day. The one player on this wildcard roster absent from Salt Lake City, and he has an opportunity to make a solid impact, but Fultz catches him on the cross. He was a Fultz modeling going on up there to put some pressure on these defenders. As using this information, they'll go for broke. I like that. Honestly, I think that was a good call from Wildcard. They were maybe just a bit too hasty, relying off the information of Adrian's pulse. He and Baby Shark are not much longer for this earth. Kansan gone, and unless Spiker can get a single kill, it'll be a flawless end. He'll drag Fultz down with him. So IGL on IGL crime. He gets NJR as well through the fireplace. He's burning this DarkZero team that's not stacking up. Singular engagements are great when you got a Roni in your hand, and Spiker is happy to greet these players. Newers gets him, though, over by Pillar as the defuse kit. J90 holding that defuse kit. The Rams job is done as well. No boogie drones. As NJR posted up on white stairs to watch the cross, J90 will get diffuser down successfully. Every logic bomb? Nope. Finally, Fultz is going to start using them. Okay, he'd used one a moment before. Now there's 2 in pocket. He just used one. Wildcard being harassed by this, and they've managed to make DZ bleed. Down goes Spiker to J90. Another will die at his hands. As Adrian's finished off, Kansan dies to NJR, who gets active on white stairs. It's a 2v2, and Bay and Baby Shark are making this work as they've stitched together an impressive late round. Now it's NJR as they had hopped on the defuse kit. A great gambit by Baby Shark, and he's got plenty of time for the counter disable. A big victory for Wildcard as they deny DarkZero 3 in a row and finally themselves.
I don't know if they realized the plant was going down. They killed Kino, who was the initial we have with them on this full 5-man roster.
Adrenal Surge will go in. Grim, Nook, Finka, Aruni. This is really, Amaru, this is really quite the lineup here from DZ, and they've immediately found these wildcard targets. Adrian and Spiker, last 2 stay one, but these are so well timed from Kino as the Adrenal Surge picks them back up off of the ground. DZ staying in this one because of the medic of Finka. Down he goes. But there goes the rest of Wildcard. DZ making up for lost time. Kills, just
yeah.
Sometimes you gotta make the horse drink when you lead it to the water. You know, like sometimes. You don't just say like I led my horse to water. My job here is done. That is an unbelievable play by Newers, and he literally gets caught out typing, Jesse. Immediate karma. Just, it hits him so swiftly as he gets the pick and then traded out immediately. Oh my goodness.
That's so funny. Newers and Bay have gone back and forth their whole careers. The 2 small-town Illinois entry fraggers who have been dueling it out for a little while now. Go play if they have any hope of winning this round.
Out go the smokes. Nice play by Spiker. He's been sensational, whether it's the Roni or whether it's the Commando in hand, it doesn't matter. And that Roni, only a tiny number of bullets, and they go by in a hurry. He's isolated now inside Laundry. Can Kino follow up? Yes, but Adrian has the cross! And DZ's been baited into a trap. NJR will need to save the round as they've been thrust into turmoil. Adrian on the fadeaway, Spiker the follow.
And Wildcard are playing a little bit more confident. They're taking a few more risks, and it's really paying off.
NJR dancing around that nitro cell. The rest of DZ, though, unable to dance around the bullets. Shot out by Wildcard. A little bit longer. Now an upside down rappel. Tons of time. If NJR wants to prolong this round, he has every opportunity to do so. How many times have we seen a player go all the way up to the roof to take a timeout for his team? That won't come to pass.
Pillars, and speaking of pillars, maybe we'll see like a dope. second floor, the third floor, so I do expect that to kind of come out. But yeah, no information.
Since coming back, but so is all of DarkZero for that record.
Yeah, when you combine the two halves, or the two first quarters, I should say, he is still highest rated player on DZ. Now, he has some teammates joining him in the grave. NJR goes down, J9O maybe close to... We're 2 minutes deep on the rounds. They have to be able to find this pick, but they're just face-checking it, Parker. J9O a freebie.
Ooh, just misses out on yet another. He goes back for more, a bit too greedy, and he's immediately punished. Card know this. They have to go retrieve that defuse kit with very limited time remaining. Adrian, what Newers had started is now finished off, and Baby Shark with Bailiff out will be in pursuit. Newers fades away, gets both of them. Excellent patience. I have no idea. It's a great question, and one I'm still trying to find an answer for.
We'll work on figuring that one out. Here comes the util, but Kino strikes first with the TCSG, removes Adrian from this match, and that's the only intel operator they had. Lines him up. He's playing these windows oh so perfectly. Dominant spot for DZ to be in.
And here they come down the stairs with what little is left of them. They're being fed into the DarkZero machine. DZ in a perfect position to stretch their lead. All they got to do is find Kansan. Excuse me, that shot on Fultz. Oh my, I'm blushing. Still post all the time in the world.
We're baiting for kills here, Parker. Does not have the fuse kit, does not have time to win these, is praying for DarkZero to swing him.
Down goes Kansan, and that's a big round. Understands that assignment very well. Wildcard struggling to find a foothold here, and Baby Shark will show exactly why. Even NJR's typing in.
Assuming that's not the case, it'll be on Wildcard to rip open these floorboards and look for a pick.
That's a big loss for the Dokkaebi as well. The intel that you get from those logic bombs would have been
45 seconds still, as he's got these little lines of sight being broken off. As soon as he wants to, he can pop up those walls and go for the execute.
There goes Newers to Kansan. Newers not having a ton of impact on this round, and as the Warden, he can be particularly impactful at such close range. They haven't gotten J9O out of the position. Never mind. Bay drops, slaughters him, and will immediately go on to info from downtown. Kino hucking those gas canisters. I don't know if they're going deep enough to do any serious damage. As Bay has now found an opportunity tucked in the kitchen. He's getting that diffuse kit down. The coverage has been good so far. How about Pixel Perfect? NJR walking away, but he's got Wildcard's attention. They have his, and he's got his hands full with multiple attackers. All three remaining players on Wildcard sitting over top of that diffuse kit, waiting for NJR to appear. They'll get the kill, and Wildcard
gets the plant and wins the round for the team. These intel operators are
current time in the driver's seat, and more likely between the two to carry on a victory. But again, we play in the server, not on paper. And with that, Wildcard might have just said, not too soon. 3 unanswered kills. They're in the building 50 seconds in. Kino and NJR, desperation will set in. This has been quite a pace by Wildcard.
Yeah, it's just been perfect, Parker. They had all the angles they needed on those top floor positions. Here's a big swing to come out, but it's not good enough. Kino gets body shot a little bit at the end, and NJR is left in an impossible 1v5 with an incredible amount of time still on the clock. They know where he's at, too. This is all but over now for NJR, and the score will be 5-5 after this one. Plenty of time to play with for Wildcard. Don't rush this. You know where this guy is. Don't panic. They're even taking their time to drone him. And there we go. Kansan closes it out. So a game that was...
We did highlight DZ's depth as a squad. It is a hallmark of this team. It is a huge reason why they won the major. But I mean, Wildcard has statistically been the most consistent team internationally. And their depth is huge with Kansan and Adrian starting things off. Down goes Bay. DZ's the one who called the timeout, but it seems like Wildcard is poised and ready. DZ will need to meet this aggression head on as they are harassed by just a bevy of utility. Spiker getting diffuser down. Baby Shark watching over top of it. It's got Newers and J9O on the run. They're all that remains from DarkZero. DZ has been in the driver's seat of this game. Wildcard has not led once in this entire match. They're 30 seconds away from changing that. They have the numbers advantage, but J9O has found an opening. Only good enough for one. Baby Shark trades him out. Newers will hop on the case. Kansan, Baby Shark, where are you to punish him? Getting off scot-free for the time being. They'll send out a death mark. Newers will attempt again, and Kansan shuts the door. Wildcard's first lead comes...
This is so scary. DZ have completely given up this floor. They've realized that the early fights aren't going their way, so they say, screw it, let's just try a 5v5 late round.
They're boxed up. These are mistakes being made by DZ. Wildcard is punishing them. Spiker's got the defuse kit tucked into the corner. He gets away with murder, Jesse. Fult's the only one on the board so far. He's lost Kino. He's all on his own. The major winning champs have been without a loss for so long, and it comes at the hands of Wildcard. A stunner is a 7-5 victory for...
To get some answers, we've got Spiker here with us, so we can hopefully get to the bottom of this. Congratulations on a big win here, Spiker. I know how much you like to play against this DZ core and the edge you have over them. You know, what changed in the back half of this game to give you a big win over these guys?
Yeah, I mean, we know that they prefer attack like over defense. Like, they're very good at attacking in this meta. So once we got a 3-3, like, we were very happy with that half because we knew now we had all the OP operators. So, you know, we were just focused on playing our game, playing, you know, how we knew to do. Once they did the Ram ban, I knew they were going to play the layer, like, off top floor quick, so that's why we did the 2 fast plays back to back. The first one was to take top, the second one we were baiting top to go site, so it was kind of like, you know, mix and matching, I guess, but we knew they wanted to play the layer after that Ram ban, and so we just, you know, started to play our game.
Spike Dog, congrats on the win. Was that a Lagotinus idea with the prep right there, or was that something you guys were kind of getting a read in between, like in the rounds?
Which, like the fast plays, or like them playing?
Yeah, the fast plays.
That was mostly us, kind of. Like, I already said once they banned the Ram that they were going to play to layer, and then his timeout, he said that, like, we can do, like, some fast plays, but the play to bait top and then go mid floor was Adrian. That's like our rush we already had, but he's the one who said that, like, it was a good idea, so, yeah.
Well, it ended up working out. I also wanted to ask you that, I'm sure the answer is going to be yes, but do you ever get sick of the narrative that you guys can't win regionally, yet you're these international juggernauts, and do you think it actually ever affects you guys as a team?
I don't think it ever affects us. I mean, it's kind of true that, like, we struggle against some good regional teams. I think it's a little bit overdone because we still make events, right? So, like, we have to be decent regionally. But it doesn't really affect us at all, no.
Yeah, decent. I mean, you're beating DarkZero, literally the #1 team right now.
And maybe changing the narrative a little bit. I like it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I gotta be Shopify, bro. I gotta be Shopify.
I was gonna say, they're definitely changing the narrative. They aren't using shields all too frequently as Wildcard used to use when you guys had dash. Obviously, I know you kind of had taken that role, and I think, you know, you weren't finding as much success as you wanted, and you were pivoting off of it. We did see the one round from you with Blitz where you were able to take quick control into Fireplace and then establish dominance from there. Is there a reason why you don't want to incorporate shields too much, or even try it out on other players on the team to see if you can fit it into your system?
Put them on a gun.
Honestly, it's mostly like we still play shields, like we still play it a decent amount. It's more so I play it much more situationally before. I think that's why we were struggling with it a lot, like during kickoff, is because I was kind of like forcing it to try and get as many reps as I could, and so I was playing it in a lot of situations where it like didn't make sense. So now we're using it more situationally, and I definitely feel more confident on it, just because I think it's like, you know, we bring it every once in a while in a good situation and a good strat to do it, and so we're using it like more effectively now, I guess.
I have a question in terms of obviously Baby Shark's performance. Obviously, it hasn't been to where we've typically have seen or highlighted more so at events. Do you see, with obviously his lurking ability on the attack, if he's not finding success, do you then quickly identify that and be like, Baby Shark, maybe you play more with the team so we can actually utilize trade potential, we can use the extra body for maybe a push? Is that something that you then look at and be like, how can I now incorporate this into the structure of the team instead of maybe doing more lurk, lone wolf stuff and finding openings?
I think it kind of depends. I think sometimes it's me saying it that like the lurk's not working, should get closer. Sometimes he just like kind of feels it that like they're like very ready for him and it's not being very effective. And so sometimes he'll poem solve off of it. But you know, it's kind of like it's like a balance. Sometimes I'm like, we need you on the main push when I'm in a pushing power. Sometimes it's they're ready for his lurk. You know, so it's both of us.
Okay.
They're ready in the basement for him.
Yeah, ready in the cafe basement on the Dokkaebi or the Snake.
Gotta be.
All right, Spiker, thank you so much as always. Great to get your insights on the matchup. Congrats on the win, and we'll see you down the road, all right?
All right, thank you.
Well, what a win.